and welcome to today's training. Now, we're going to be talking about setting sail, marketing, and booking a cruise group while using the tool called Travel Joy. Now, I wanted to get started with something like this because I know many people are really getting into booking cruises and getting into groups. But first, let me go ahead and introduce myself first. My name is Tisha Spencer, and I have been in the travel industry for over 20 plus years. Now, I have a passion for not just to travel and helping people see the world, but also for educating and helping new business owners get to the next level. Now, I want you to know I am an Army veteran and I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And I have like I said, over 2 decades of experience in the travel industry. I have trained all different types of people who have gone and have done all types of travel, made all types of money. Now, like it's beyond just the exploration. I do love food. I am a foodie. That's kind of how I figure out where I'm going to go because I want to figure out what I'm going to be eating. And that's how I book my trips for my clients. I am the oldest of three girls. And right now, I just want you to know that I'm really into mentoring and coaching those who want to get started inside of this business. Now, many of you watching this are probably already travel agents, but you always have the opportunity to come and partner and join with me, train with me, or build with me because I just want to be able to empower as many people as possible so they can realize their dreams through the travel business ownership. Now, guys, I want you to go ahead and enjoy the training that is about to happen and make sure you're taking copious notes, as they say. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is the introduction to cruise group marketing. Now, understand it's an excellent way to generate revenue and create memorable experiences for your clients. Now, understand we're also going to talk about Travel Joy because Travel Joy is something that I truly trust when it comes to the management of any of the trips. And plus, it's also very mobile, so it's easy to do on the go. And it's relatively easy once you learn the process. Now, understand one of the first things we have to talk about is brand marketing. Now, marketing for group cruises offers several compelling advantages for travel business owners. Now, listed below are some of the things that we're going to talk about. And as we're going through this, feel free to drop questions inside of the training. And I will either get back to them at the end of the training or I will rewind back and catch them later because some of you guys, again, might be watching this on a replay. Now, understand you will have increased revenue because think about it. How much more money will you be making if you go from booking one or two cabins to 10 to 20 to 30 or 40? You're also going to have enhanced customer relationships. What happens is that when you're doing a group cruise or a group of any kind, you are going to foster a small little community of people who have like-minded goals. These are all people that want to go on either because of the ship, because of the dates, because of the location, or because of whoever the point of contact is for the cruise itself. Now, of course, you're going to have economies of scale. Now, when you're marketing for group cruises, you can leverage the economies of scale by coordinating a larger group. You can negotiate better deals and secure additional benefits from cruise lines. Now, guys, every cruise line has different rules and regulations and different deals that they will offer based off the size of your group. So it's really important that you research that with the specific cruise line that you want to work with. Now, some of the other things that you can deal with is a streamlined planning and logistics. Now, understand when you're doing an individual trip, it can be very time consuming and resource intensive. But when you're marketing for a group cruise, it allows you to streamline the process because with one group booking, you can manage itineraries, accommodations, and activities through Travel Joy. Travel Joy will have everything set up inside of it so you can communicate with them and you don't have to worry about trying to pick individual things for everybody. Everyone is kind of going to be getting the same thing. You're also going to have targeted marketing opportunities. Now, by having a group cruise and your marketing, you're going to have a specific target audience, whether these are people who know each other, people who don't know each other. It could be a holiday cruise. It could be a summer cruise. It could be a Thanksgiving cruise. It could be a singles cruise. It could be a church group. It could be anything, but it's all going to target something, right? So you're going to have a targeted approach that's going to help to increase the effectiveness of your marketing campaign. Now, as always, you're going to have the potential for referrals. Why? Most people who go on a trip, especially if it's a trip that is awesome, it is a trip that they may not know a lot of people, or like a family reunion, some of the people may want to bring their friends and family and with them as well. So this allows for referrals to happen. So you may have 30 people that start out, but what if half of those 30 people invited another two people to go with them on this trip. So now you have all these extra referrals, and now your CRM is going to be growing. Now, last but not least, you also have the diversification of revenue streams. By including group cruises in your marketing portfolio, you diversify your revenue streams. While individual bookings will remain essentials, you still need to focus on some individual trips here and there. Group cruises provide an additional revenue source that can contribute to the stability and growth of your business. This is basically saying by having a group cruise set up, you can possibly do this group cruise every other year, maybe. And in between everybody you booked, that in between year, maybe you're booking their individual trips in between. So, in summary, marketing for group cruises offers financial benefits, strengthens customer relationship, it provides logistical advantages, and allows for targeted marketing. By incorporating group cruises into your marketing strategy, you can tap into a lucrative market segment and differentiate your travel business from the competitors. Now we're going to talk about how to identify your target audience. Guys, you have to do this. You cannot just throw something out there and hope somebody decides to pick it. You have to think about who your target market is or your target audience is. Think about the demographics you're going after, the interests you're going after, the preferences of potential cruise group travelers. When you tailor this to your marketing efforts will yield better results. So guys, again, so if you're going to target adults only sailing, you're probably not going to contact and market a Carnival cruise, correct? You might look at Norwegian, Holland, Princess, Celebrity, Virgin, because they cater more to the adults than they do the children, for example, right? So now we're going to dive into this, right? So here's some more tips. And guys, don't worry if you can't write everything down. This is being recorded. You could always come back and pause, copy, screenshot later. I don't want you guys to miss information because you're writing too much or trying to take 1,000 screenshots. This is on YouTube. Now, this is a crucial step, right? You got to analyze existing customer data. Start by analyzing the data you have on your existing customers. Many of you guys probably don't do that, or maybe not do a great job of it, right? Look for patterns like how many people do you have on there have families that you've booked the family trips? How many are part of organizations? How many of you them are in corporate jobs or have high paying jobs like executives and stuff? Because guess what? Even executives and those jobs, they tend to do trips just for the executives, maybe. Think about the age, gender, location, the interest. What a good thing would be to do is to create a poll. You can do this with Microsoft Word. You can do this with form, what is it, jet form, something. But there's tons of different ways you can create a poll and send it out to your entire CRM so you can kind of figure out what type of people you have. You can analyze it, right? Then you want to conduct some market research. Now, this is something that you're going to do to get the insights into the broader market and identify potential segments that align with your travel business and offerings. Now, guys, if you're focused on family travel, then you're probably not going to focus on Virgin Voyages at all because that has nothing to do with what you're really focused on, right? But again, this falls into doing the surveys, doing the focus groups, analyzing industry reports. So 1 and 2 can all of these are going to all kind of like go hand in hand in the end, as you see. But once you finish your market research, you'll be able to understand not only what you have in your customer data, but what's also going on in the market. One of the things you can do is create a poll from your Facebook page, your business page, or do another poll. And if you're in any travel groups, ask those people, what are they looking for when it comes to cruises? What's most important? So it's not always just about your current customers, it's potential customers as well. Now you want to create some buyer personas. Now, once you've collected all this data and insight, you want to create some personas. These are fictional representations of your ideal customers. This is what we're going after, right? You want to develop detailed profiles that include demographic information, interest, motivation, pain points, and goals. This is all going to come from the surveys that you're doing. So this is going to be a mixture of your current clients and potential clients who answer your survey. Now you want to segment your market, right? You want to break it down to different characteristics. Again, this can be based off of where they live. Because if you have a lot of people who live in Florida, then I guess promoting Florida cruises, New Orleans cruises, Virginia cruises, Charleston, or even San Juan might be more beneficial because it's less travel for them, right? Or it could be based off of the psychographics, the values, the attitudes, the interests. Maybe you'll do a ETS cruise because ETS, which is the religious travel group, they do religious cruises. Or maybe you want to focus on the LGBTQ community and there are cruises that go out there just for them. Maybe it's about behavior. Guys, people get on cruise ships and do some of the weirdest things. They get on a cruise ship and crochet. They get on there and do spade tournaments. They get on there and do video game tournaments, board game tournaments, karaoke, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, scrapbooking. You know what I mean? So you have to think about all of this together and put it together. By segmenting your market, you can tailor your marketing efforts to specific groups more effectively. Now, you have to evaluate the competition. Now, study your competitors and observe who they are targeting. If you feel that they are targeting all going after, say, maybe adults only, and there's nobody really focusing on the families anymore, maybe you want to jump into the family market. Or maybe somebody's not focusing on the teachers or the firefighters, the military, or pick a segment and think about it. Differentiating yourself by targeting an underserved or niche segment can give you a competitive advantage. Now, a lot of guys are going to say, I'm going to go luxury, but many of you have not even explored, trained on luxury cruise lines, sailed the luxury cruise line, or even become luxury certified. So think about that before you just jump into saying luxury, because luxury does not always mean more money, but it does mean more work. Now, some more things we're going to talk about is test and refine. Now, launch targeted marketing campaigns to specific segments of your audience and track the results. This is what they have on social media, on Facebook, the A/B markets. When you create the Facebook ads, they have A/B segments where you can basically do one ad, but target two different segments at the same time and see which one works best, right? That's a whole separate training. Now, you want to analyze the engagement, the conversion rates, the feedback and everything about it, and then refine your approach based on the data. Guys, I didn't say this was going to be easy. This was going to be some work. Then you got to stay agile. Remember, your target audience is going to change over time and the new segments may emerge. We see this all the time because who would have ever thought that adult only sailing with no kids really would have gotten as big as it is? And they're still growing, building ships. You know, people would always say they'll do a ship when they're just sailing when kids normally are in school. But now with so many kids homeschooling, kids can be on a ship year round, honestly, right? Stay up to date on any industry trends, conduct regular market research, monitor changes. Now, guys, I'll be honest with you. For those of you that have the income to do this, I would actually reach out to a marketing firm. There are a lot of marketing agencies that are willing to work with small businesses just like ours on a small scale to help us get started with some of this research. Now, guys, you will have to do some work, but they'll be able to help you along the way. Now, you'll be able to target your audience more precisely and align your marketing efforts to reach and engage them effectively. Now, understanding this would allow you to tailor not only just your messaging, but your promotions and your offerings to meet the needs and preferences of your ideal customer. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one where we're going to talk about crafting a compelling offer. Now, for many people, whether we're talking groups or individuals, when we're trying to create an irresistible offer for your target audience or for any audience can be very frustrating and you second guess yourself. Is this the right one? Is this the right price? But you got to think about what makes your cruise group unique and appealing. Highlight the exclusive amenities, discounts, special activities. Guys, I always say it's more about the value that you can bring than the price that you bring. Now, some of the things that we're going to talk about is understand customer needs. Start by understanding the needs and desires of your target audience. Now, for some of you guys, you may have somebody that comes to you and say, hey, I want to go ahead and put together a group cruise for a reunion, and I have 200 people. That doesn't mean that you still don't need to understand their needs, because now your target audience is set and defined for you, but you got to figure out what they want, what they need, their pain points, aspirations, and motivations when it comes to travel, especially if this is the first time that they've done a reunion for a cruise. Now, when you're doing your market research, this would generally be done with the group leader if you're not doing a speculative. If you have a group leader, you're going to go through the group leader and ask these questions. And you may have them do the poll for you because they know the people and they'll be able to get them to answer easier than you doing it yourself. But you still want to be able to gain insights and not try to just push a cruise on them that you think would be great, but what's something that they're going to enjoy and that they're going to want to do again. Now, highlight the unique selling points. Now, some of the unique selling points that you have could be anything from the exclusive amenities with the cruises. It could be the personalized itineraries, the customer service, special access to any attractions, anything that's going to add value to the customer experience. And this means anything. It's not just what the cruise line provides, it's also what do you provide? What makes you so unique, and to highlight that when you're sharing your marketing materials. Now, guys, this does not mean make a flyer and put everything in the world on it, right? Generally, what I suggest you're going to do is if you are dealing with a group, this is where Travel Joy comes in. This is where you have the ability to build a group page with them, and there's training in my YouTube page on that, where you can highlight a lot of that information. But when you're talking to your lead passengers for a group, this is where you want to get them all that information. Then you want to let them know any of the special incentives that come along with it. Guys, most group cruises are going to give you special incentives to include TC credit, which will allow you to get either free cabins, discount on certain cabins, cocktail parties, welcome board parties, and gifts in the room. Now, you have to work with the cruise line to select and choose what you want. Every cruise line is definitely going to be different, but it could be anything from onboard credits might be allowed. It could be exclusive experiences that you can add on into the price. I know for a lot of mine, I have onboard credit because who doesn't like having free money when they get on the ship to spend and do whatever it is that they want, right? Some of the other things are people are more likely to trust and choose a service that others have positively reviewed. Guys, it is very important that you gather testimonies and reviews. Now, I'll be honest with you. If you don't have your own way to manipulate, gathering and hosting reviews and testimonies can be difficult. But I guarantee everyone has an IG page. What I suggest that you do is ask your previous clients to send you a testimony that you can go ahead and put on IG. They could do a video testimony. They can do a written up testimony of a couple of lines, because guess what? There are tools and apps that allow you to write something that you can post as a photo onto IG. And then you can go ahead and save that as a highlight on your IG page, turn it into a story, and then highlight it under testimonies. So whenever somebody wants to learn more about you in the testimonies, you can send them there. Another option is create a Google business page, which I have a training for that as well on my YouTube page that you're on. Create a business page, have them drop their testimonies on there. If you have a personal website that you can alter, go ahead and add it on there, but you got to ask for them. I know it's great when people say, oh, they tagged me on Facebook, but guess what? Nobody's going to see that in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. You need one place that everybody can see these. And this is something that everybody struggles with. And it's very hard sometimes to gather and to remember this information. And you can't force your clients to go ahead and give you that information. But it is really great if you can get it in their words, not you just posting it, but get it in their words. Now, you want to communicate very clearly the benefits of choosing your travel services. Again, what makes you unique? What make you stand out? Will they have a stress-free vacation? Will they enjoy unique cultural experiences? Have access to expert guides or exclusive destinations? Clearly articulate how fulfills their desires and addresses their pain points. Now, guys, this is something that can be done at a travel party, which is something I will be holding in September here in San Antonio. A travel party is a great way to announce and to elaborate on your business, the services you have, and to promote a group cruise or two. Then you want to create engaging content. God, with AI now, it's not that hard anymore. A lot of stuff is being generated very easily, very quickly, and the suppliers provide so much video, so many pictures. And if you've traveled on the cruise ships yourselves, use your own photos. But you want to do storytelling, visual content to engage your audience. There's so many tools out there where you can use to make videos, story templates, and so much more. You can even do that with Canva. Now, you want to create captivating descriptions, videos, and imagery. Guys, just don't say, oh, let's go ahead and get on Virgin Voyages. No. Why should we get on Virgin Voyages? And you should also be using your Virgin Voyages link if you're a gold and above, because guess what? Even if they book through the link, if you get 5 or 6 bookings for the same trip with that link, you can make that into a circle and keep it growing, right? So some of the things we're going to talk about now is going to be, sorry, I keep losing my mouse. Personalizing the offer. Whenever possible, personalize your offer to resonate with the individual customers. Now, you want to make sure you use the data and the insights to tailor your message and the recommendations to their specific interests and preferences. So let's go back to the family reunion. So I would personalize the offer to say, and I'm just shooting off the top of my head, we're going to go ahead and set sail on Carnival. That's what they want to sail on. And you're going to be able to have all of your family events, and you're still going to have your own individual time. Because for my group, their pain point is not having to plan so many events that's going to cater to so many different age groups, from teenagers to our senior citizens. So by being on a cruise ship, they should be all covered because there's so many activities to help with everybody. But you guys, you have to provide a clear call to action. You have to give them a CTA in your offer, whether it's book now, contact us for more information, limited spots available, whatever it is. It has to be something strong that encourages customers to take immediate action and not to think they have a limited time. Some of the things that I've done with some of my land trips is I offer reduced deposits. And that's something that you possibly can do with the cruise line, depending on the way things are set up. But you guys, you have to continuously improve. This is a learning experience. I'm still learning, but I'm teaching you what I've learned. But I'm sure within a year, and after I do this 200-person reunion, I'm going to learn a whole lot more that I'm going to share. But monitor the performance of your offer. Collect feedback from your customers to understand how it can be improved. Adapt and refine your offer based on customer insights and market trends to ensure it remains compelling and competitive. Now, guys, if you follow these steps, you will be able to craft a compelling offer that speaks directly to your target audience, showcases the unique value of your travel services, and motivates customers to choose your business over competitors. Now, guys, this is the part that scares most people. Social media and online platforms. How do we use them? They're always changing, right? Now, understand these platforms play a pivotal role in marketing your cruise group. Why? Because people are looking on IG, they're on Threads, they're on Twitter, and possibly they're on Facebook, and they're looking to see what other people are doing. People spend a lot of times on these different platforms, to include LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that you're creating engaging content, you're running targeted ads. Yes, guys, you may have to run an actual ad if this is not something that a client came to you to ask you set up. If this is speculative and you're building this yourself, you may have to set up an ad to promote your offer. Now, one of the things I want you to understand is that utilizing social media and online platforms effectively can greatly enhance your marketing efforts. Why? Because you'll be able to target the audience you create, but you're going to target people you don't know. That is the main thing to me when it comes to social media marketing or any kind of marketing. You don't want to keep going after the same people that you know. That's like having your child sell Girl Scout cookies building, and all she does is go up and down every floor and knocking on the same doors over and over and over again to another building. After a while, people are going to start to ignore you because they keep seeing you all the time, right? So some of the strategies we're going to talk about. Choose the right social media platform. Guys, there are so many different platforms out there. One of the things I hate when people do is they try to get across all the platforms and they're not everything, but a master of nothing. Pick one or two and master it before jumping to someplace else. If you're not good with IG and consistent with getting on IG, then IG is not for you. IG, you have to be on there every day or every couple of days posting something somewhere somehow. If you're more good, oh Lord. If you're better on LinkedIn, then stay on LinkedIn. But choose the one that's going to work for you. Facebook and Instagram are popular for travel related content, while LinkedIn may be more suitable for targeting corporate groups. So you got to understand the target inside of these platforms as well. Now, you want to develop a content strategy. Now, this is basically something that's going to align with your group cruise offer. You want to plan a mix of content types, including visual appealing images and videos, informative blog posts, engaging captions, user generated content. Guys, one of the things you don't want to do is just keep posting the same flyer over and over and over and over and over again. You want to, if you've been on this cruise line before, throw in some photos of you on this ship having fun. If the cruise line is boasting something new about the cruise line itself that they're doing, share that information. If there's something new happening at the port that you might be going to, share that information as well. Now, you want to showcase stunning visuals. People will, you know how they say people's eyes are bigger than their stomach? It's the same thing when it comes to travel. People will get hungry and want to eat based off the visuals you're sending them than just the words. And plus, when you're scrolling, people will stop because of a photo or a video and then read the caption. So you want to stop them in their tracks, right? Now, travel is a visually driven industry, so invest in high quality visuals. Guys, there are so many websites that you can get free photos, AI generated photos, and paid photos. Guys, you're going to have to invest in your business. And if you're going after the free photos all the time, I want you to understand so is everybody else. So do not be surprised if you see your same photos being used by other people, and make sure that you're not taking copyrighted photos where you can get in trouble later. Now, if you can, use professional photos and videos and drone footage if you can. You want to showcase and focus on the onboard amenities, the group activities, everything that could be going on. But is that visual content is very important. Then you want to leverage user generated content. So if you have customers that have already been on this cruise ship before, ask them to share their experiences and content related to your group cruise. And guess what? Y'all are all business owners together. Do not be afraid to ask your fellow business owners that you're friends with, hey, I saw that you sailed on the Celebrity Equinox. Is it possible I can use some of your photos because I'm trying to get a group on there? Can you give me a testimony of your sailing with them? What was the onboard check-in? Can I interview you about it? So don't be afraid to tap the shoulder of your fellow business owner and ask them for help as well. You want to encourage your customers to share their experiences, right? You want to repost and repost, guys. When I say repost, some of you guys will post once and then cry because no one said nothing. You're going to have to repost multiple times in different ways. Highlight user generated content or UGC on your social media platforms, right? It's one thing to put it on their platform, on their timeline. You also want it on yours as well. Now, UGC again can be photos, videos, testimonies, and reviews as well. Now, you also want to engage with your audience. Actively engage with your audience by responding to comments, messages, and inquiries. Promptly address any questions or concerns. Now, guys, as we talk about Travel Joy, this would be a lot easier to do when you start having bookings coming in, because you can do a lot of the stuff I'm saying you want to continuously do with the group as well. Guys, you're going to have to run targeted ads. You have to utilize the ad targeting features offered by the various social media platforms. For Instagram and Facebook, they're kind of the same and very similar. Instagram is a lot less detailed than Facebook, but a lot of them now have it set up where they will target for you based on how your page has been promoted and how your page has been going, right? You can choose the demographics, the interests, the behaviors, and everything associated with your group. You can choose all of that when you're building your ad, right? You want to craft compelling ad copy and visuals that highlight the unique features and benefits. Guys, there's so many people out here promoting cruises and events and things like that. You got to stand out, right? Utilize influencer marketing. Guys, this may not be for everybody yet because most influencers are going to want something in return. They don't want it. They're not going to do it for free. Just the same way you don't work for free, a true influencer is going to want something, right? So you're going to collaborate with relevant travel influencers or micro influencers who have the following that aligns with your target audience. You can partner with them to create sponsored content, reviews, takeover campaigns to promote for you, and they can help you reach a wider audience. Now, most people are going to say, well, how do I pay them? Guys, it's up to them. You have to ask them what are they willing to do? Like, what is their cost? It could be a situation where you can ask them to say, hey, you know what? If you market my Virgin Voyages cruise in July, I will give you a free cabin if you get me 20 cabins. So you can do a barter system. Because, honestly, who's going to say no to a free cruise and all they have to do is just get there? But that's something that you have to work out and understand. An influencer and somebody who is popular is two different things. And again, there's a training on a Pied Piper inside of this training portal as well. Now, you also want to engage in community groups and forums. Join various different online communities, groups, forums where your target audience gathers. Participate by providing information, giving them updates. You want to give them valuable information so they can trust as an industry leader and as an expert, as somebody who knows what they're about. But be mindful. Don't just do direct self-promotion. A lot of you guys jump into these groups and all you guys will post is, join this group, join that group, but you don't comment on nobody's stuff. You see business owners in these groups and they'll talk about something. If you've experienced, like for instance, somebody posted about Virgin Voyages, how they had fun and how they got paid. I responded back and said, you know what? I just finished Virgin Voyages. I got 2 more groups about to go. And we had a great time. And just like somebody else posted, I took my mom and she had a blast. And of course, yes, those commission checks was great. I did not market for under her. I didn't recruit under her. I just agreed with her. So those are some of the things that you can do because guys, what's going to happen is people are going to click on your name and try to figure out who you are anyway because people are just inherently nosy, right? But just make sure that you're knowledgeable in what you're talking about. Now, when you're utilizing social media advertising tools, you want to use this to optimize your various campaigns. Guys, you have to run ads and you have to market. There's no way around it. So you want to set your objectives, track your conversions. And some of this may seem like on a repeat, but it's very, very important. And then, of course, you want to monitor and analyze the performance that you're having. If you're looking at your post, your stories, your ad, because guys, you can boost posts, you can boost reels, you can even boost certain stories on certain platforms. I think you want to make sure that what you're doing makes sense. Go back and look. I challenge you guys to do a post, a travel post, do it 3 different ways at the same time. Post them at the same time as a story. See which one gets better traction. Remember though, consistency, authenticity, I can't even say the word, and providing valuable content are key to effectively utilizing social media and online platforms to market your group cruise offer. Now, if you have an engaged community and leverage that power of social media, you can expand your reach because, guys, that's what's going to happen. Again, if you get 20 people who want to go and tell them, hey, if you find me 10 more people, I'll give you this. You can turn them into Pied Pipers, grows the people that goes with them because if you're doing an amazing trip somewhere, we're going to talk about it to people, right? And we want them to do that. We want them to do that and share the information. Now, many of you guys are sleeping on this one. Email marketing. Everybody does focus on social media, but there is still a generation of people who pay more attention to email than they do social media. It has nothing really to do with the age groups. It's just that some people are not on social media that much, but they check their emails more regularly. But it's still a very powerful tool to reach potential customers. Now, this is something that you should be collecting email addresses either through your website, through events, newsletters, polls, your current clients. You should have a CRM set up. Now, TravelJoy's integration with the email marketing services makes it easy to manage and track your campaigns because what this thing allows you to do is when somebody goes to your TravelJoy site and you send them a link to request the information for a new trip, well, part of the information they have to provide is a phone number and an email address at minimum. That is something now you're going to collect, and now you can turn it into a. Now, why you want to leverage email marketing? Well, direct communication. It allows you to communicate directly with your target audience. It provides a personalized and intimate channel. Some of these newsletter programs out there, when they send the emails out, you guys, you get them all the time from the suppliers where they'll say, Dear so and so, we're so excited for you being one of our amazing travel agents. We have this amazing deal. Now, guys, we all know it went out to probably like 1,000 people, but it's still personalized, right? And some of us have gotten those emails where it says dear and it's a whole bunch of like symbols, which means that they didn't do it right. You be able to target messaging. With email marketing, you can segment your audience based on various criteria such as demographics, interests, or past interactions. Now, guys, you can't do this if you haven't done the survey and if you haven't collected that information, and you will need a CRM that will break it down for you. Now, TravelJoy does not break that down very well because they're not really in the marketing realm yet. I know I have been pushing for them to do that, but they're not there yet. But you want to be able to break it down. A lot of the things inside of the TravelJoy profile, you can ask questions. You can ask them, are you part of a Greek organization? If so, which? What is your Facebook name? What is your IG name? All different types of questions that you can create. You'll have relationship building. Now, what happens is by constantly delivering valuable, engaging content, you can establish trust, your expertise, and stay in the top of the mind when it comes to travel bookings. Guys, I get bookings from newsletters from clients I haven't booked in years, but because they're getting my newsletters, my name, my information, and the fact that I'm still in business is hitting them. They're like, you know what? I don't want to book this trip. It's too many people. I can't organize this. Can you do it for me? You want to drive conversions. So inside of your email marketing, you can put all types of information in it. This is where you can put your polls at. This is where you can go ahead and have links to your blogs. You can have all different types of things going on where you can share discounts and incentives that's happening. Now, mind you, when you're doing email marketing, it's not just for your group cruise. This is something you should be doing on a regular, at least once a month. At least once a month. And I know many of you guys are probably using Branch Up, which is fine, but understand that thousands of people are using Branch Up and sending it to thousands and thousands of people. You want to try to set up something that's going to be individual. Now, of course, by doing email marketing, as I stated before, you're going to connect with past customers and encourage repeat bookings and foster customer loyalty because they will come back. They will remember that you are a travel agent and will come back to work with you. Now, you also want to build an engaged email list. Guys, you have to collect these email stuff, not email stuff, these emails through your website, social media channels. I've seen posts where people say, if you want to stay up to date to what so-and-so is doing, drop your email below so you'll be the first to know when we have the next hottest trip, drop it. People will drop their emails on social media. Guys, I don't personally do that. I'm not going to drop my personal email address on social media like that because that means anybody can see it. I generally tell people to DM me. I'd rather you DM me or I'd rather create a form that you can fill out so I get your email, your name, your location, your phone number, your likes, your dislikes. I get everything all at one time. Then you also want to segment the email list again. You want to segment your email list. You want to create compelling content. So when you're doing your newsletters and you're sending your emails out, you don't want it always to be the same thing over and over again. Guys, please don't send newsletters where all you're sending out is this sale, that sale, this sale, that sale. Sometimes you need to flip it up and put things in there that is maybe as we're getting into back to school. Maybe talk about some back to school stuff if you have kids. Say that, I had a conversation with Johnny today and asked him where did he want to celebrate Christmas. And he told me he wanted to go to Disney. Now, 2 years ago, he'd have been happy just going to the local hotel to go see Santa. Now the boy want to go to Disney. So I started doing some Disney research. Guys, it's called a blog. Tell a story. You know what I mean? If we're focusing on a group cruise, if we're going to the Caribbean, when you announce the group cruise, maybe insert some Caribbean drinks, some recipes. You know what I mean? Different things like that. Then you want to automate your email campaigns. So what this basically means is that when somebody signs up, you should have a welcome email. Now, guys, you will need to have a very good CRM newsletter marketing type program to do this, where they sign up and it's called a funnel system. This is technically a funnel system. So when they sign up, they get a welcome email, they get follow-up emails for inquiries. That's a whole funnel system. That's a whole different training that I have to get with a professional to come help me put that one together, right? But automation in our business is key. It is king and it's queen. Personalize and do A/B tests. Now, the A/B tests are definitely done on Facebook. I know Facebook has them. Some newsletters have them as well. So some of the companies that you can use for your newsletters can be MailChimp. MailChimp is always one that comes to my head. There's several other ones. Constant Contact is another one. Figure out the one that works best for you and your budget right now. If you do not have a large subscriber list, you may not even have to pay for your first couple of months because you're not going to be sending out that many newsletters. And a lot of them are pretty simple and easy once you take the time to sit down and go through it, right? Now, make sure that you have great call to actions to optimize open rates. Now, this is the part that's fun. Hosting travel party sessions. Why you want to host a travel party? Because you want everybody to know about who you are and what you have and what you're promoting. See, I'm going to be doing a travel party this September, and it's called Let the Adventure Begin. And we're going to cruises, and I'm going to be marketing definitely a cruise, probably a Halloween cruise, and even a Christmas cruise. I just know definitely we're doing a July cruise that I'm already put together, right? Now, you can arrange the events where interested travelers can learn more about the itinerary, the activities, and exclusive perks, as well as yourself. And you can use Travel Joy to produce some presentations and display booking options. They have the group booking page. That's essentially what they can use. So after you've done your PowerPoint presentation, maybe, or a Canva presentation, you're going to have a Travel Joy page link that you're going to send to them, a QRC code, so they can just go ahead and start their bookings immediately. Now, when you're doing these sessions, you can do more than one. You can do live, you can do virtual, but you want to personalize the engagement. It's to engage with potential customers on a personal level. It's not you just standing there pointing to the board doing a presentation. You want to engage. I find when you are talking to the group and expecting them to responses, getting them to respond and build that rapport, answer questions, and address the concerns they may have in real time. You want to create a social experience. So this is not they just show up, sit down, get up, and leave. I'm going to be decorating. I'm travel themed cupcakes. I'm gonna have non-alcoholic drinks, like if you was on the different things like that, right? And you want to make sure that you're going to like-minded individuals share a common interest in travel. So I'm going to be focusing on individuals who want to go on and have fun, whether it's with the family or whether it's with just adults. You want to showcase the cruise experience. This is where you can share your videos of the trips you've been on, customers' videos and photos. Guys, you can take a bunch of photos and turn them into a video and just let them play. And that's something that could be before you start the presentation. You want to be generating word of mouth, because after they leave, a lot of the things that you can do is say, hey, if you book or anyone books using your name in the next 7 days, I'll give you blank. You figure out in advance what you want to do, but you want them to share the enthusiasm, because you can ask them, y'all seem real excited to go on this cruise. Who else do you know might be excited? Write down their names and their emails, and I will send an introductory letter to email to them, letting them know that they're being personally invited. You know what I mean? Opportunity for exclusive offers and incentives. Just anybody who books within the next 7 days is going to get A, B, C, or D. You have to choose in advance what you want. And this is something that you will announce at the party. I don't generally announce it too far in advance. I kind of make it something exclusive for the people that have shown up, right? Now, you want to build relationship with potential customers. Now, your travel parties may not be customers that are yours or yet. These may be word of mouth people. These friends of friends. These could be total strangers who jump on. So these are potential customers, and this is a relaxed environment. You know, if you're going to do something live, it's really relaxed. You don't have to be overdressed. You can make it themed, make it fun and make it personalized. And then at the end, gather feedback. After you've held your travel party, and you want to gather feedback and insights directly from those potential customers. What did you think about this? What did you think about the offerings? What did you think about the dates? This can be a survey that can be handed to them and they can fill out. It could be on that you ask them to scan a QR or go to a link if you're doing it on social, if you're doing it online, like on Zoom or something, and have them fill it out. But this feedback is always great. Guys, do not be afraid of feedback, right? You just want to make sure that the event is well organized, engaging, informative. You want to incorporate some interactive elements. You want to provide opportunities for attendees to ask questions, so you're not talking for 30, 40 minutes. You want to offer incentives to encourage things. And by leveraging the social these, you can create a memorable experience. Guys, I had an event for something else, and out of it, I gained 2 new friends and 2 new business partners. So it's not always going to be about that immediate sale. It could be just the drip marketing that gets things started. So now you want to make sure that you streamline the booking process with Travel Joy, as it can help you be more effective to manage and track the group bookings. Guys, one of the things that I hate when people tell me is, oh, I'm still using Excel. I just cringe. I just cringe, because Excel can't do what Travel Joy does. You want to set up your account, right? If you don't have a Travel Joy account, you want to set it up now. And if you want to get the link to be able to get the discount, comment discount below, and I will make sure that I post the discount in the comments for everybody. You want to create customized itineraries. Their itinerary builder and their smart proposal is amazing. I have a training on that too. If you do the group booking training, I break down the itinerary and I break down the smart proposal. It allows you to have some very engaging, photo-filled, exciting situations going on. But I do suggest that you do a group booking page for a group cruise, because you're going to have multiple different types of cabins that you're going to want to market, and you want to put as much information to help entice them and get them excited with that group. Then you want to manage the bookings and payments. This is one of the things that I truly enjoyed about Travel Joy, is that it tracks your cabin availability, because if you tell the system there's only 15 cabins, every time a cabin is sold, it takes it out of inventory. It'll allocate cabins to individuals or groups. So basically, if Jane goes in there and books a balcony, well, now Jane has one of those balconies. Now, the system does not pull it out of inventory of the cruise line, but you should have already reserved those rooms. but it will keep account for you for everything. It'll manage the guest details. It'll manage the bookings. It'll collect the payments for you. You still have to provide the payments with the digital credit card to the supplier, but it collects the money because no one likes having someone send them a credit card authorization form. And when you process the card, oops, there's no money. Oops, the zip code is wrong. There's something wrong and you can't process it. And now you got to chase the client down. With the group booking payment option, it'll automatically charge the card for you. Then you get to communicate with travelers. This is something else I love. It allows you to send individual emails to your clients or a group one. So maybe you want to send a group one and say, hey, just wanted to let you know this is what's going on now with the cruise line. Or we just found an amazing excursion I think the entire group might be interested in. Here's the information. If you want me to add this to your trip, let me know. Or, oh, make sure you have your passports. Make sure you have this. So that way you can do group wide to everybody at one time versus trying to do it individually, right? Now, some of the things we're also going to talk about is real-time inventory updates. They provide real-time inventory updates, allowing you to monitor cabin availability and make adjustments accordingly. So you may have 5 insides, 10 oceans, 10 balconies, and 3 different suites. But you notice that your ocean views aren't selling and your balconies is almost sold out. So maybe you need to reduce your ocean view, increase your balcony, and adjust with the supplier directly to make sure that you get the most optimal numbers of cabin spaces. You get to track payments and financials. Guys, they have a whole reporting system that shows you who's paid, how much has been paid, what is due, when it's due, the status of the invoices, everything. And you get to generate reports and analytics. So all of you green, you're going to love all of that because it gives you all the information in the snapshot. You can even do rooming lists with them as well. And then you get to get support and assistance because their support feature is actually pretty good. And to respond within 24 hours of any kind of issues that you may be having with the booking itself. And then if your travelers have questions, assistance with their book, you can actually contact your supplier support through TravelJoy. So you don't have to go back to your email system. You can actually take the customer service email for your supplier, add them to your system, and then email them directly there. So that way, everything is right there inside of TravelJoy. With your travelers, with your POCs, as well as your suppliers on top of it all, right? Of course, we're going to integrate systems. Now, TravelJoy is working great into more third-party tools and platforms right now. I have sent in a couple of requests myself for them to integrate with a couple of different programs, but you can explore some of the integrations with email marketing software. So what I do is they have links for your trip request forms. They have links for your group booking pages. You can get them embedded. So if you have a website, you can embed the link. And if you don't have a website, you can actually take the link. And what I do is I make it a bit.ly and I shorten it. That way I can put it in emails, on social medias, inside of my newsletters to get more people to click it. Now you want to stay up to date on the new features because they're constantly changing. Like the website looks different this week than it did 2 weeks ago. There's always changes, always things going on because they're always evolving. They're always surveying and they're always trying to be better. I'm just waiting for them to get better on the marketing side where we can start doing more marketing directly from TravelJoy and not having to go get a third-party CRM newsletter type system. But I love TravelJoy, and I think that everyone should take a strong look at it. And guys, I have tons of TravelJoy presentations and training. Some of them a little outdated because TravelJoy has been doing a lot of changes in the past 6 months. But on a foundational level, it should get you going to where you need to go. Now, you want to make sure that you're providing excellent customer service. This is crucial in the travel industry. As travel professionals, you guys travel and you know that the moment somebody does something just a little bit wrong, y'all be ready to spit hellfire. Imagine how your customers feel who are not in the industry. You want to make sure that you are messaging and communicating with them as often as possible when it comes to this trip. Now, you want to be responsive, personalize the experience, listen and understand, provide clear and accurate information, and anticipate and address concerns. Now, All of this is something you should be doing inside of your business already. This is not just specific to cruises or groups or anything. This is what you should be striving to do already. You don't want to have a client have a request or a question and it takes you days and weeks and you haven't put an out of office symbol out or something like that. You want to personalize the experience. You want to treat them as an individual. Even though this is a group, you still want to treat them as an individual and tailor your interactions accordingly with them. Listen and understand. Don't listen to talk. Listen to understand what it is that they're saying and what it is that they need. But by providing clear and accurate information, it makes the customers feel a lot more not satisfied, but a lot more safer with you because they feel that you know what you're talking about because you sound like an expert to them, right? You want to anticipate and address concerns. I like to do that in advance so there's no questions or concerns about what could go wrong. You want to go ahead and fight the objections in the beginning so you don't have to fight the objections later. Now, oops, double clicked. Now, you want to offer your expertise and guidance, resolve issues promptly. Guys, you're going to have issues. You're going to have that one client in the group that is not going to want to do what everybody else is doing. They're going to want something that is not on the menu, and you're going to have to contact the POC to get help. And if there is no POC, guess what? You're going to have to deal with them. Guys, it's okay to fire clients. I've done it before, and many of you probably have, right? And then you want to foster continuous communication. So if you're dealing with a group and you want this group to grow, you can't just send them the trip request information, invoices every month. You got, especially trip gets closer, you want to send them more information. Now, I don't send something if the trip a year and a half out. I may not send out as much information as I do when we get down to 6 months. I start sending emails out, say packing lists. Start sending emails out about reminding them about their passports, reminding them about safety issues, things to prepare for. I start setting those out as we get closer to the actual trip, right? Now, we're going to talk about a few more. You want to empower, train your team. Now, some of you guys have a team under you, and some of you may have a team working with you to be able to do this group cruise. So this team could be your client and their committee, if you like a reunion or an affinity group, but you want to make sure that they are trained in customer service practices and empower them to make the decisions that prioritize the customer satisfactions. Now, being a part of a sorority, I've been in organization, I've been in committees where we don't feel like we have the right to make a decision. I always tell my clients and the committee that's running it, like, look, you don't need my permission to make a decision about what you want your travelers to do. If you're telling me that this is off the table, it's off the table. I'm going to explain how this affects it, but it's off the table. Now, some of you may have a actual team under you of travel agents, and you might be marketing the same trip. Make sure that you guys are on the same line, reading the same book in the same chapter. You don't want your team marketing differently than what you are marketing. Now, if you're choosing to market to different segments, but you're going to be on the same ship, the same date, same prices, that's totally cool. But don't have the same date, same prices, same target market, but you're just targeting your own individual markets like that. And y'all are all doing something crazy because it's not going to look right. And then always seek feedback and learn, guys, always. Now we're going to talk about analyzing and adjusting your marketing strategy. Guys, I bet you thought that this was going to be about which cruise line should I sail with? What's great about this cruise line? And how do I book a group here? Nope, this is all about marketing. So this is probably something that is blowing your mind right now, right? So remember to analyze your marketing efforts periodically. Track the performance of your campaigns, evaluate customer feedback and other necessary adjustments. Now, again, Travel Joy's reporting and analytical features offer some valuable insight to help you refine your strategy and achieve better results. So some of the things we're going to talk about here: set clear goals. Start by defining clear and specific goals for your marketing efforts. Review key metrics and data. Gather data on various marketing metrics such as website analytics, social media engagement, email open rates, conversion rates, customer feedback. You want to evaluate your target audience. You got to review your target audience and ensure that it aligns with your marketing goals. Now, understand, your marketing goals may change based off of the cruise that you're doing. So you may have 3 cruises going. One might be adults only. One might be family oriented. One might be for teachers. you're going to have to market all three of those differently, right? And then assess channel performance. Evaluate the performance of different marketing channels and tactics you're using, such as social media, email marketing, content marketing, paid advertising, or SEO. Measure the effectiveness of each channel. Now, guys, I'm not saying that you have to go do all of this, but every business has a marketing team. Now, again, you may not be the marketing team for your business. You may have to invest into something to do this for you, but this isn't a strong arm that you have to have inside of this organization. You got to analyze competitor activities. Guys, I know that I always say that, we don't have competition in how we work together, but come on. We know that McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's all look at each other to see what they're doing. KFC, Popeyes, and churches all look at each other to see what they're doing. That's just how it is. Because maybe they have tapped into something that you're missing. Think about it like this. Remember when the spicy chicken came out? Then you notice that everybody had a spicy chicken. Then you notice everybody was competing to see who had the best spicy chicken. And then all the customers started going out there and getting the chickens and comparing them. Popeyes had the line, they sold out of chickens. And then the Chick-fil-A was like, oh no, I got the best one. Do you not think that this was not organized? They said, oh, you gonna do a cruise to Greece? I'm gonna do a cruise to Greece and I'm gonna do it better. That's all it's about. It's playful and it's fun, guys. Don't start fighting with nobody. There's enough money for everybody. Again, always get customer feedback and test and experiment. Those A and B testings and running small scale experiments really are great, but you have to learn more about it because you have to make sure that you're setting up the audiences properly. Now, one of the things we're going to talk about is how to refine messaging and positioning. Based on your analysis, you may have to refine your messaging and position to better resonate with your target audience. Some of you guys market every single one of your trips the exact same way all the time. There's no change in the way that you do it. You market to everybody. Some of you guys have literally told me that you're just marketing to anybody who wants to go on a trip, which means that you're getting customers and you're not getting any clients. You got to adjust your tactics and your budget allocation. I know nobody here is rich yet. And if you are rich, congratulations. I want to be wealthy. But you have to budget according to what works. You should have a marketing budget. You really should. So based off the insights you've gained from your analysis, you're going to adjust your marketing tactics and your budget allocations. Most of these systems will tell you if you spend X amount of money, you're expected to engage with X amount of people, and X amount of people will see your post. You got to decide what works for you and how long you want to do it. Monitor and continuously monitor the performance as you adjust it. For some of these platforms, you can adjust along the way. And sometimes you can, just depends on what you're using. But you got to be agile and understand that this is it's an ongoing process. And adjustments are always going to have to be made when it comes to marketing for a group cruise, especially as you learn to refine what it is you're looking for and your target market. Now, you have completed the training on marketing and booking cruise groups with Travel Joy. Now it's time to put your knowledge into action and watch your travel business soar to new heights. Now, I want to thank you for considering Travel Joy to help you market and book your next cruise group. Guys, I want to let you know that I use Travel Joy for all my groups. It is very simple, very easy. Once you have your group cruise booking page set up in this training in this portal on how to do it, you literally just have to share the link. Now, I do use Canva to create my presentations, my flyers and stuff like that. And I use QRC codes. The reason why I use QRC codes is people are like, oh, well, if I see it on my phone, how am I supposed to get it? Well, guess what? The person sitting next to you may not see it on their phone. They may see it on your phone and want the information. QRC code is something that you definitely should look into having, especially if you're going to be doing any kind of live events. And with that, guys, this is the end of the training. I really appreciate you jumping on. And make sure if you have any questions, comments, and concerns to put it down below, and I will respond accordingly. And I look forward to hearing all about your upcoming group cruises. And if you are watching this and intrigued about starting your own travel business, definitely put a message down there or send me a message and we can go ahead and get you started. And with that, happy sailing.